The first time I understood how all of life is connected was after an extreme weather event in the Manawatu. It began with scores of onions washing 170 kilometres south into the Powatahanui Inlet. Onions littered the beaches and we could see the influence of tides on our ecosystem. Up north, family homes were swept away, farmers lost stock and crops, and fishermen struggled with the sea awash with debris. We witnessed a messed up ecosystem. Laudato Si, Praise Be, is a groundbreaking encyclical of 2015 by Pope Francis, which asserts that spiritually and morally everything is interconnected. It brings contemporary science and theological truth together in dialogue on environmental issues, saying, "We have forgotten that we ourselves are dust of the earth. Our very bodies are made of her elements. We breathe her air and we receive life and refreshment from her waters." It outlines how our consumer lifestyles are a symptom of our alienation from creation, suffocating the earth with carbons and robbing the poor of sufficient resources. If we continue in this direction, the earth will need critical care because it will end up on life support. So Laudato Si says that human dominion over creation has been misguided and we've lost our sense of nature as gift. Our task is to actively care for creation because it's like a global garden with the potential to generate new life. Francis maintains that shifting our relationship to the earth from control to mutuality would shift our relationship to one another, particularly towards the poor among us. We have to realise that a true ecological approach always becomes a social approach. It must integrate questions of justice in debates on the environment so as to hear both the cry of the earth and the cry of the poor. He says that humankind requires an ecological conversion to regain three fundamental and closely intertwined relationships: with God, with our neighbour, and with the earth itself. He goes further, describing this ecological conversion as a vocation and a moral duty. 4 important points are: 1, that all humans are affected. Everyone must act responsibly and engage in constructive dialogue. We must transcend ourselves through prayer, simplicity, and solidarity. 2nd, the solution demands an integrated approach, responding to both the cry of the earth and the cry of the poor. And 3rd, realities are more important than ideas. We have a duty to act and count for good. Care for creation as a corporal work of mercy means seeing all things as loved by God. The moral dimension must always be counted. There are no neutral moral decisions because all moral choices affect our common home and its inhabitants.